Captain Marvel producer addresses James Gunn's early involvement. Executive producer Jonathan Schwartz reveals James Gunn's involvement in the film. The upcoming MCU flick will introduce Carol Danvers, the first female headlining character in the franchise, played by Brie Larson. With her origins Earth-based but her power set and the majority of her adventures set in the outer space, some are wondering what the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise filmmaker may have contributed to the project. Gunn, who really opened up MCU's cosmic side thanks to his 2014 film Guardians of the Galaxy and its sequel, 2017's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, was unexpectedly fired from his stint at Marvel Studios in the middle of last year after his decade-old offensive tweets were unearthed. Now, he's tapped to write a revamped version of Suicide Squad for DC. But before he was booted out of the MCU, he apparently was able to see what directors Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck were planning for Captain Marvel. Speaking with the press, including Screen Rant, during the set visit, Schwartz revealed the scope of Gunn's involvement in the project. Turns out, the Guardians of the Galaxy filmmaker was able to read the script and gave minor input. Despite that, fans can expect something different from the upcoming MCU film, as the producer emphasized that they're able to do what they're set to do. It takes place before a lot of what he's doing happens, so I'm sure the Skrulls will be a fun toy to play with at some point. I think he's read the script, we talked to him about it a little bit. But I think we've really been able to do our own thing. But we love when James gives input for sure. It's important to note that during the time of the set visit, Gunn was still a part of Marvel Studios and on the road to becoming the person to oversee the MCU's Cosmos branch. Considering that is set on both Earth and outer space, it made sense that the filmmaker was allowed to read the full script. Add to the fact that the flick will be utilizing two characters that he previously introduced in Lee Pace's Ronan the Accuser and Jimon Hounsou's Korra the Pursuer. While there's a huge time gap between the period movie and the first Guardians of the Galaxy, there should be some sort of continuity between the two films. Particularly with regard to those characters. Even if he wasn't tapped to oversee the said pocket of the franchise. Directors involved in the film series are known to share notes and allow their peers to take a peek at their respective projects. While it's still unclear how much of the story Gunn has written for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will be used, one thing is for sure, the filmmaker's mark in the MCU will continuously be known long after his departure and every time a narrative is set in the cosmos. Fans are reminded about that first time the MCU successfully attempted a galactic story. As for the key is to balance out Carol's story with her adventures both on Earth and in outer space. But if people find any similarities between Guardians of the Galaxy and the much-anticipated flick, Gunn isn't the only common creative force behind the films. Writer Nicole Perlman was also involved in both movies.